Hi everyone, today is Wednesday the 23rd of October 2024 and it's pretty damp today. When I went to work earlier this morning it was very misty. Obviously it's cleared a bit now, but it's left it really damp. I'm hoping it's going to get out. Got one or two things I need to do. So this morning I've got to go and have a couple of jabs, a COVID and a flu jab. My missus had them yesterday. I give her the option, do you want them in the same arm or one in each? She opted for one in each side, but I ain't decided yet. I think I might just get one. I'll get them both in one arm because she said her arms were aching last night. She liked to sleep on her side, and obviously you lie on it. I mean, that's only really a stupid injection, but it is weird. They don't hurt or anything when you have them. I've had enough of them in my life, but they do tend to ache next day, really, in the night. So that's where I'm on my way to now, just to go and grab them. It's about 5 to 10. Got an appointment at 20 past. So I thought we'll just run down now. It's only down Alton Broad. So it's about 3 miles, I suppose, 3.5 miles. So George has been running quite well. Since I cleaned out the carburetor, I haven't had that problem. Alright, I didn't just clean out the carburetor. I changed the oil in the dashpot because the oil in there was quite thick, whether that was causing a problem. And I had some like 3-in-1 oil. I thought I'll put that in. So I filled the dashpot with that. I tipped out the oil what was in it, what was probably engine oil, probably 2050, something like that. I did clean the plugs. Wow, it looks like it might be keyed up here. Hard to tell until we get round this roundabout. Yeah, I cleaned the plugs, and I also run the fuel filter, or the fuel pump into a can, because I was thinking maybe the fuel pump has been playing up intermittently. So I run that into a can, obviously took it off from the carburetor, stuck it in a can, turned the ignition on and let that run for a little while. Probably 2.5 litres, something like that. I run into a can. It never stopped once for anything. I did put my finger on the end of the pipe and stopped it a couple of times and let go, and it just started up. So it could be a number of things which I've done which has made a difference, but since doing it, it hasn't hesitated once. So all is good. I usually don't like saying when when it's all working right, because something goes wrong. Touch wood, everything's alright. I was hoping today that was going to be nice and dry. Yesterday weren't too bad, it was quite sunny. I thought, oh, if it's like this tomorrow, if I get a couple of hours, I might have a look at something on the bodywork. I think my first place I want to tackle is there's a hole in the sill which has been there a little while. I'll tackle that, but also one of the worst places is this door. I mean, it's been like it for years now. Got all tape on the bottom, so the bottom's gone, the front is gone. It all needs sorted out, and it's got that big dent in it. What had filler in, if you remember, which I knocked out. I've been toying whether to get another door. If I can get one cheap enough, then I'll go that route. I'll either put another door on it while I sort this one out, or whichever one's the best I shall fix up. Right, here's where I've got to go, in here. Right, so this means I'm a little bit early now. But never mind. Still Gemini. Good girl. Right, so that was quick, obviously. Not really far from mine. Should I pop home now? Like I say, I can't see me getting the welder out today. Might have been alright later on today, but I just didn't got the time, so I think of something else I can get on with. I'm going to see if I've got anything to fit in here, I think. Like I say, I want to fill this in, like the parcel shelf area. I might see if I've got something to go in there. It's whether I can get to it. You can see it's still damp. It's like raindrops all over the windows. Yeah, George seemed to be running really smooth. Definitely sorted that problem out. To be honest, that was driving me mad. Because I thought, I've had new plugs, I've had new points, new condensers, new plug leads, new distributor cap. You just think, why is it you do something that runs fine and then it happens again? But hey ho, nothing wrong now. So I'm almost back to mine. I think the first thing to do is have a cup of tea. Maybe run Gemini around the block. I think it's brightening up all the time. Then I'll have a little think of what I can do. What can I get on with? There we are, we're home. I ain't got any better, still a bit damp. Right, let's just have a look at the things I need to be doing. That'll be something, won't it? Right, this panel here, obviously there's a hole through there. Put that tape on to stop water getting inside and rotting the bottom out. So there's a patch what need doing. Don't know how far that's going to end up. I won't go any further than I need to. I'll end up doing it again anyway another day. So there's that I want to repair. But my worst part on this car is this door, I think. A lot of people comment this door is rubbish. As you can see, it's all flaking and stuff. I think there might still be filler in up to here. Well, you can see there is, look, it's all cracking out. I think that was filled across to make it flat at some point. So that was something I wanted to sort out. And also the bottom's all gone here, as there looks like it's got filler in. Not too bad at the minute to look at, but the worst bit, well, I've got all this tape, it's gone here and all underneath up here. So that door needs to come off. That's why all this rust is on here. It's all falling out of the bottom of the door. It's even rotted on this cover plate, look. But you can't see that, so I'm not worried about it. At the minute, it's still alright underneath. So that's something I need to address. That rubbishy old door. The wings are cracking a bit in places, usual places really. Now that one's okay, that'll be alright with just a paint over. This one's okay at the front, little bit there, which I think will rub down okay. There it's gone through, you can see it's had filler in it. But whether I fill that, paint it, or whether I cut it out, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. Obviously something was going on there. There might have been a bowl or something there at one time. You never know what people's done before, do you? The boot is all cracking underneath the opening. But like, as the rest, that'll paint, that'll still look better than what it is. There's a little hole in there, it's cracking, so it's probably filler there. You can see a big crack, look. I really don't know what this paint is he's put on here. It's all gone green in there. Not surprised it ain't rotted. The bottom there is still not through, but that needs attention, or a bit of paint on it. And then the passenger door. See how it's all cracked? I think that's the paint he's put on it. Because when I last had George, he was all black. I know the roof was really nice, it was really shiny, but I don't even think you'd cut that up nice now. I don't know what's going on, but like I say, I ain't going to try and make him look anything brilliant, Just wanted to tidy him up a bit. Bottom of this door here is going, look. The more you poke it, the more you'll find. Can probably get away with knocking that out, rubbing it out, and maybe just touching it up for now. This wing, well, we had that off not so long ago. A couple of places on there needs doing. Normal place they go, around the headlights. All the water and crap goes up behind the headlight. But still not through. The bonnet, might get away with just rubbing that down and sticking some paint on it. I know there's filler in some holes. You can see where that one's filled. I'll show you on the other side. Had these holes. See where that one's filled. I don't know whether to leave them. You obviously put tape over it or something at one time, or someone has, or whether to fill them in completely. I'm not bothered about them, they look alright. Like there might have been one there. But yeah, they're not a bad look for a rat moggy. And then because the bumper has had many holes and grinding things, but there was, I think there was indicators were in this before. They've obviously been cut off. You can see where the grinder or something's gone through there. But because it's painted, I don't mind it, it's okay. So I might get away with putting paint on a lot of this. I just think it's just looking a bit shabby, any. The worst bit is this door. So I'm going to be having a look out for another door, because the only way I'm going to do that is take that door off, get it inside and tackle it. I ain't going to be able to do much with that on. Or, like I say, we get another door and just swap them over, keep the best one, do the best one up, and that way I can still use George with one of the doors on. But I'll keep thinking about that one. This is years old. Must be getting on for 11, maybe 11 and a half. I made this. I'm surprised it's lasted this long. It's still alright, isn't it? It's a bit different from everyone else's, and I like different. Right. So, like I was saying, I was thinking of filling this in again. I had this filled in before. I just had a small hole to get to this for the heater. You can still see the holes. Look, that was just I had some checker plate pop riveted on there. I thought that looked alright. Had a couple of dials in it. Never had a radio, but obviously he's got a radio and it does work. But speakers are terrible. You can see one there. Like. And I ain't got no back speakers, but I've got some speakers somewhere in the shed. So my plan was to put them in here. But we'll have to see if I can find some up. You can see I've got the bus stuck in the garage. I've got loads of junk underneath it. I've got some stuff in there. Like I said, I've got the speakers in there somewhere. I don't even remember where they are, whether they're up in the roof or whether they're in the bottom of that toolbox. So I might have to get the bus out to get to them, and that ain't going to happen today. Someone asked me about my doors opening wide. I was going to hit the wall, but I have still got my stoppers on, even though they are loose. They are still there, and it's not to the end yet, so they can open quite wide. Let's check this one's got one. Yep. Yeah, it does work. So yeah, someone said theirs don't open very wide. They open more or less straight, look, before they hit them. So they are there. I wasn't even sure they were still there, but they are. Look. So I took this little bit of tape off. I only put it on there because all the water was obviously running in. It's not too bad actually. I might see if I can just cut that out and stick a little patch in. At least that'll be something for now, eh? Yep. Let's cut that out. There we go. That's a better hole. Should be able to put something in there and weld that up. Just give it a bit of a clean up. There we go. Give it a bit of a clean up. I found a piece of steel. What we're going to put in there. So I'm just going to cut that to size and bend it so it'll fit in there a little bit here and there, eh? Oh, that's somewhere there, but that'll do. Better than a hole, that's what I say. Right, let's get the welder out, tack that in. Right, so we've got a little no gas Clark welder, which is just basically flux core MIG. I've got the plate just held in with this little magnet. Like I said before, if I was doing a proper restoration, I'd do it better than this, but I'm quite happy with it being like this rather than a hole. Right, before I start, I have put this device onto my battery to stop it spiking out. If not, I normally disconnect the battery completely, but with that I don't need to. It's very damp. I don't like welding when it's damp, but hey ho, we're going to do it today. So we'll just, as with this welder, as people know, all you need to do is just do a few tacks and it'll pull it into the car. It hasn't got to be anything flash. You can't do a continuous weld on rusty thin metal. You'll just blow it away. So what I like to do is just put a few dotty tacks around and we'll just fill the holes. And the great thing about flux core is you can do it outside. Don't even matter if it's a bit windy, you ain't going to lose any gas or anything, so you can just get on with it and have a go. Right, let's have a go. What can go wrong, eh? Well, there we go. There's that welded up. There's no hole. I could carry on and just keep filling it in and tidying it up, or I could just get a piece of filler and flatten it over, but I'm happy with that. There's no hole. That's all I'm after. So yeah, I might just put a little bit of filler across that, smooth it down, put a bit of paint on it, and that'll be that job done. Obviously I had a change of plan there because there was no hole in it. I thought what I'll do, George is ratty, I'm just going to leave it like that, put a bit of primer on it. In a minute I'll just stick some black on it for now. There'll be a bit more rubbing down later when we come round to putting some paint on George eventually. That could be quite a way off yet. Then I can rub it, put some filler in, put some paint on if I feel like it. If not, I'll leave it as it is. The main thing is there's no hole. Okay guys, I've just stuck a bit of paint on there again. No, it's not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect, but it's better than that hole, and I'm happy with it. Like I always say, at the end of the day, it's only one person you got to please. So it's time to get in, get ready to go back to work again. So we'll just do the little drive back to work and before we end this video. Okay guys, so time to go back to work, and I did manage to get a bit of bodywork done. First thing this morning I thought, nah, I won't get time for that. not with this weather not being good. But look at it now, sun's shining. It's quite nice. It'll only be what, a couple of hours and then it'll be getting cold and damp again. But I managed to get something done which I'm pleased about. I stuck the rev counter back in even though it don't work, and now it's stuck on 3000. I don't care, I just like the look of it in the car, so that's that done. Hopefully the weather stays dry. I might be able to get something else done tomorrow, but we will see. As I said earlier, I ain't no expert at repairing things, but I'm quite happy with what I've just done. It's not meant to look lovely. I just don't like the holes in it. I really think the next job's going to be the door, which reminds me, my wife said a couple of times now, as we've been coming back from Yarmouth along the dual carriageway, she's pointed out to me that there's a Morris Minor in a like an open barn or something, and I've glanced across a couple of times when she said, and the last time I looked I thought that might be a beetle she's looking at. It's got no boot in it by the looks, so next time I'm passing that way I'm going to see if I can call in, stop and call in and just see whether first of all, it is a moggy, and whether he's stripping it down for parts. Maybe there'll be a door available, which will be handy. That'll help with getting George's door sorted, if it has. Or there is a door available. So we will see. Might even go that way tomorrow actually. Right, and where I want to be again, back at work. Quite pleased with what I've done today. Like I said, I weren't sure that I'd get anything completed on the bodywork. Thought I was going to have to do something else like the interior. I didn't get round to that, but it's always next time. So I'm going to leave this one here. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.